So they do not have a proper cavity, that's why they are called as acoelomate, and their body wall, again a detailed topic, consists of two layers of cells. The outer layer is called as epidermis, the inner layer is called as gastrodermis, and between them there is a gelatinous layer called as mesoglia or mesenchyme. Epidermis has epitheliomuscular cells, interstitial cells, sensory cells, as well as cnidoblast. Cnidoblast are the stinging cells. Mesoglia has nerve cells, and the gastrodermis has the epitheliomuscular cells, which are nutritive in nature, perform digestion. And then interstitial cells, remember the interstitial cells in both layers are supposed to give rise to the other cells. So they are something like whenever wear and tear takes place, new cells are added by interstitial cells. There are sensory cells as well as glandular cells. Stinging cells have the nematocysts also. Now their skeleton consists of, some of them have calcareous skeleton like the corals, scientific name Estraia. Then digestive tract is incomplete, and they have a gastrovascular cavity or the coelenteron, that's why they are called coelentrates, with the intracellular as well as extracellular both type of digestions. Circulation, coelenteron acts like a distributing organ of partially digested food, and their respiration occurs through the body surface, excretion occurs through body surface, and they are also ammoniotelic, releasing ammonia. Nervous system is a primitive type which is made up of simple neurons, which you have already covered even in the chapters of human physiology. Then the sensory system is, sensory cells are present, and reproduction involves both asexual as well as sexual reproduction. Polyps usually reproduce asexually by budding and give rise to medusa, and medusa bear sex organs called as gonads, and they give rise to polyps by sexual reproduction. So therefore they show alteration of generation, medusa followed by polyp, and polyp followed by medusa, by sexual and then by asexual reproduction, and this is called as metagenesis. Now this is how their body wall looks like. So you can go through minutely the diagram because I will be uploading the PDFs also, so you can check the various types of cells present there, as well as a special cell called cnidoblast. Now this is how a polyp form of coelentrates look like, and this is how the medusa form looks like. This is with mouth upside, this is with the mouth downside. They are somersaulting type of with movement, generally sedentary, and they are free swimming. This is how a jellyfish, hydra, and the corals look like. Now the next one to start with is the phylum Tinophora. The phylum Tinophora, I just told you, is the most recent one to be separated from the coelentrates. Their name stands for comb-bearing animals, because they have comb plates on their body, and they are called as comb jellies also, and with just 50 species there are. General features include that they are all marine. So this is all marine. Remember, hydra is the exceptional there in the previous phylum. They are solitary and pelagic and free swimming animals. They feed on zooplanktons, and they show a property of emitting light in the darkness called as bioluminescence. Is a marked property of these members. They have biradial symmetry. Now I have discussed in the last class with you that there are some animals which show radial symmetry, and when we pay attention to other characters they show bilateral symmetry. So this type of combination is called as biradial symmetry. Arrangement of the comb plates give radial, and tentacles give the bilateral symmetry. So this is how it is called as biradial symmetry. Their body form could be oval, round, conical, flattened in shape. And when we talk about the germ layers, diploblastic with two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm, separated by mesoglia once again, with amoebocytes, elastic fibers, muscle cells, and for this reason some consider them as triploblasts. So some scientists believe them as the first triploblastic organism. The level of organization is still tissue level of organization, and they also carry a blind sac type of body plan, and body cavity is absent, so they are called as acoelomate. And their body wall will have an ectoderm which forms the epidermis, and endoderm which forms the gastrodermis, with mesoglia in between with muscle cells, elastic fibers, and amoebocytes. Tentacles if they are present. That's why some of them do not have tentacles, and if tentacles are absent we will say their symmetry is radial, but if tentacles are present Along with the comb plates, we will call their symmetry as biradial symmetry. So tentacles, if present, are present in the epidermis, and they have the coloblasts and the lasso cells for capturing the food. Their skeleton is absent, so they do not have any skeleton. Digestive tract is incomplete and is called as gastrovascular system. Digestion is both extra as well as intracellular. And if talk about circulation, it is performed by the gastrovascular system, just like in the case of the coelentrates. Respiration through the surface, excretion through the surface, and they are also a monotelic, excreting ammonia. And they have primitive type of nervous system with simple neurons, and their sensory system includes aboral end plate, and which bears the statocyst. Now statocyst is a very common thing throughout the animal kingdom, which is required for maintaining balance. So balancing organ is called as statocyst. And then appendages includes 2 tentacles, may or may not be present, and their reproduction is only sexual method of reproduction, because they are hermaphrodite, bisexual individual, so fertilization is external, and they may have larval stages in them. So these are the comb plates, and these are the tentacles. According to tentacles, they have bilateral symmetry. According to the comb plates, they have radial symmetry. Such a symmetry is called as the biradial symmetry.